another crazy thing that Michael Langley said in this interview
Citizen TV in Kenya.
On Citizen TV in Kenya was the fact that he was saying, we care so much about the people, the African people. We want to put these countries in a position where they can be able to do things for themselves. Our goal, the goal of AFRICOM, is 50 years from now. We want to make sure. It's a freaking lie, man.
But what stupidity is he saying the goal that they want for Africa? That is what Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore is doing in Burkina Faso. Look, come on.
Exactly. Let me tell you something else. Why do you think there's almost 20 assassination attempts on Captain Ibrahim Traoré? And do you honestly think that would come from the Burkina Faso themselves?
No.
If any of those Burkina Faso people, if any of them are involved in some of these attempts, yes, we understand. There's always some rotten apples here and there. But the idea, the plan, whoever's orchestrating this, that shit is coming from outside. Definitely. Look here, everybody has said it. Is that freaking Macron? Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré have said France is working with Ivory Coast with Alassane Ouattara.
Yes.
To come out here and use its own country as a freaking base to train some of these freaking jihadist groups or terrorist people. Look here, you see, that particular France, or maybe even the US, let's go as far as the imperialism, let's call them imperialism. They want to be needed.
Needed for what, man? You're just messing up the African continent.
They will come out here and say we have common values, we have common goals.
But they are getting richer.
We have shared values, we have common goals, we have the same enemies. We need to eradicate terrorism because it's a threat to our country. That's what they'll come out here and say. But they know damn well that once they are there, they will only get rid of the threat. They'll only do what they need to do to keep these enemies or these terrorists at bay, not to completely eradicate them. Otherwise, you, Burkina Faso, you will never need them there. They want to be there so that they can continue to loot the freaking natural resources, man. The truth is nice, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to be uncensored. Do we have a choice? I hate pretending. I hate freaking pretending.
Yeah, man.
You have to be real with these things.
Because what is Ibrahim Traore doing? He's doing things for the significant growth of Burkina Faso. He's expelled the French military forces from Burkina Faso, and he terminated any French mining contracts that were there, and he nationalized their gold revenues. He created all of those factories, and of course, recently, he just gave $179 million worth of agricultural equipment to the second largest city in Burkina Faso for free.
Yes, a lot of things.
Yes.
A lot of things he's doing there. Kicking out the French, doing all those things within Burkina Faso to uplift the people, to make them work, to build the economy. So Captain Ibrahim Traoré, based on what you just said now, is fighting terrorists, and at the same time he's giving free equipment to the people of Burkina Faso, is building. So Burkina Faso is a city or a country under construction right now, and at the same time fighting, it's the epicenter of terrorists. So this particular... in the world.
When you say it like that, but when you actually speak to or hear from Burkina Faso people, they are happy.
Of course they are happy.
Oh my goodness.
No, they are happy.
How is this the epicenter?
They are happy. It is in the border, in the Sahel.
Yes.
There's plenty of countries in the Sahel. So these terrorists, they seek refuge along the borders of these countries. Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger, around the Sahel. And every once in a while, they try to take up these towns here and there to continue to loot natural resources. But they don't go to Ouagadougou. They cannot, but they attempt also. They always attempt. And there's a lot of people who live in these outskirts, in these towns, you know, on the border. There's a border life.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of casualties there. There's a lot of casualties there because of these freaking terrorists. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the point, what I was trying to say, to echo the significance of what's happening here now, as Pan-Africanists, we are so happy that there's an individual out here who has dedicated his life. We're talking about 20 assassination attempts, 20 coups. That's a lot, man. He has dedicated his life to be fighting terrorists and at the same time to be building. Some people will just be happy with just fighting terrorists. You safe, right? You don't need new roads. Let's just focus on peace, okay? Let's just focus on safety. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's what some puppets in these freaking countries, yes, in Africa do. Like in Uganda, for example, Museveni has been in power for 40 years. The Ugandan people, if you go at them, they'll just tell you, Patrick rules, leave us alone.
Hey.
We have peace. You have peace, but you're poor.
You think you have peace.
I talked to the north of Uganda, but you're poor. You don't have what you deserve. You deserve more. This president of yours, or the supposed dictator of yours, has been there for 40 years. It's causing chaos in the Great Lakes. You people are not doing anything about it. Only the smart Ugandans will come out here and say, you're right, enough, we need change in Uganda. But the thing is this, a lot of these African people, yes, I have the right to call you out. A lot of African people misunderstand this freaking peace for liberation.
Yeah.
That's why I love Julius Malema of South Africa, the economic freedom fighters.
Yes.
We're out here to fight for money also, huh? Yes, it's not a war-torn country, and there's definitely not a white G-side here.
Definitely not, people.
But our people live in townships. There's no water. There's no sanitary towels. There's low shedding. There's no electricity. There's no education. A lot of people are uneducated and living in township. This is why the level of crime is so high in South Africa. So we need change. Don't misunderstand that freaking peace. What peace? There's no peace here. Just because you're not in an outright war like Russia and Ukraine doesn't mean like your life is cool. There are things to do here. Most of all these puppets have all brainwashed these citizens into just believing that as long as there's no war, what are you complaining about?
Yeah, man.
Like Museveni said, why you want to disturb us? We give you cheap food. Your country is safe. Leave us alone.
We are working here.
No, we want free education. You want too much, huh? An African leader will talk to you, especially like you said before once. Remember what you said about elders and youngsters?
Oh, yes. They talk to each other and, respect me. I am the elder.
You must bow down when you come and see me, huh? Young men, bow down. Hello.
Whoa.
They treat their own peers in these government institutions with that kind of expectation.
Yes.
Because I'm older than you, I don't care if you have that position. I'm older than you.
You must listen. It's a cultural thing.
Africa, calm down. Me, I don't, huh? Me, I'm a rebel in that aspect. I'll be like, respect what? You are late, man.
You have to show me something that I have to respect first.
I left the papers for you to sign 3 days ago. You didn't sign it. And now you're coming to this department to accuse us of not doing our work.
Go check your desk, man.
Go check your desk, man. You're late. Hello, Egbon. You see in Nigeria, they say it. Hello, Egbon. While respect is cool, we love respect, but they take advantage of that.
Yeah.
These puppets in Africa.
That is, yeah. It's something I really don't agree with.
May God protect and bless Ibrahim Traore forever. One Traore, one Africa. I love that, huh?
Yes, much love, Samuel. That's nice.
That's very nice. That's very nice. I like that. Guys, support the channel. Send some super chats here. Let's see who'll be the first to send a super chat. We still haven't had a super chat. 1 hour in. 1 hour in. And I even forgot. I didn't even check any super chats here. Anyway, he said something very important. May God protect and bless Ibrahim Traore forever. One Traore, one Africa. We don't need a bunch of Ibrahim Traores. Hello.
Yeah.
One is enough. It will give us a reason to unite.
Yeah. He will be the one that everyone will stand behind.
Listen up, my African people. We don't need an Ibrahim Traore in Cameroon or in Equatorial Guinea or in Sudan. We already have one Ibrahim Traore. Let's all unite around that one. Let's stand in solidarity with this particular one, because this particular one has proven himself already. And I love the momentum. I love the fact that everybody's out here recognizing that. Look at the work already that he's doing for the people of Burkina Faso. What Captain Ibrahim Traoré does in Burkina Faso inspires me as a Congolese.
Yes.
That is big, huh? Proud to be an African. At least there's an individual out here. There's a head of state, not a puppet, not an elder. The youngest president in Africa. This guy is out here schooling puppets that have been sitting on these thrones for decades. The day Paul Biya will cease to be the president of Cameroon, I'll be very happy. The day that Museveni will cease to be the president of Uganda, I will jump for joy.
Ecstatic.
The day that Sassou Nguesso will cease to be the president or the head of state of Congo-Brazzaville, I'll be ecstatic. The day that those Obiangs or those Ngumas of Equatorial Guinea will go home and sit down or perhaps go to a freaking old age home, the rules will jump for joy.